I'm here with Stephen Freeman, Director of Environment for PMSS. So Stephen, tell me, why is it important that the industry meets the environmental requirements of the planning system?
Hi Patrick, yeah, it's very important. As an industry we must meet the rigorous tests of the planning system. By doing that we demonstrate that we've met all the requirements and minimise the environmental impacts. That's good because we get confidence from the regulators and all our stakeholders, the general public, that our projects are sound. The investors know those risks, and the key thing for us is to identify those risks and to manage them going forward.
Great, and what are the key risks that are associated with the current planning system?
Well, actually what's quite interesting, the risks have actually remained the same about 2 years ago when RUK published a paper on lessons learnt from rounds 1 and rounds 2. Those risks remain largely the same, some probably a bit more intense now than others. But the key ones are we had a new planning system put in place in 2008. The requirement still requires us to try and get more information, more steer if you like, from the regulators. That's not really happening to the degree that we'd like to see. That has the advantage of identifying what the tests are that we need to actually satisfy. Another one is data certainty. So we're collecting a huge amount of data, 2 years worth of data sets. How much is enough and how much scientific credibility do we need? The other ones are cumulative impacts. We've recently seen an example in Docking Shoal, which I can come on to later, Patrick. The other ones are scoping. We put in large scoping documents, but nothing's hardly ever scoped out. So at what point can we start to scope out issues? Other ones is the Rochdale envelope, and the Rochdale envelope, if you like, is the design of the project. It's the shape of the footprint of the project, how tall the turbines might be, how big they might be. That is important when we come to planning and putting our application in. And the final one is monitoring. So how effective, how much monitoring do we need to do?
Great, and in terms of what we're actually trying to protect, what's the greatest threat from wind farms, and what can we do to...
Well, recently birds have come up as a big one, and a good case study for that has recently been the Docking Shoal planning application that was rejected, and it was rejected on a theoretical limit of bird populations. So the limit for the Wash, for example, was 94 birds per annum. 3 projects went through at the same time, and they were asked to re-examine their Rochdale envelope, their design of their projects, because they exceeded that collision risk, if you like, or collision mortality for a particular bird that was protected. And that bird was sandwich tern, for example. And they all exceeded, they went away, redesigned, came back with smaller project sizes, smaller areas, and then resubmitted their application. But unfortunately, Docking Shoal still exceeded when it was viewed as a cumulative impact and was rejected. So that's actually quite a significant message to the industry, saying, look, you have to look back at your early designs coming forward, because they do genuinely have a consequence.
Excellent. Thank you very much for talking to us today.